Okay, so we will continue with our writing and speaking lesson today. Okay, we do continue with writing part two. And now we are in lesson number 7, and we hope that we can actually write IELTS writing part two answer within 40 minutes. Okay, so this is what we should practice to get familiar with the testing mode. Okay, so today we're gonna have the topic about family celebration. First, as usual, you're gonna have 5 minutes to analyze the topic and note some of the idea that you would like to include in your essay. And think of the structure of your essay, how many paragraph you would like to write. Okay, so do you have any idea? You can text me to the chat box, or we might discuss about it first, okay? So the topic here we have organizing a large family celebration. Okay, some of the idea. What is the family celebration? So we're gonna have like wedding, birthday party, anniversary, okay? And then the idea is that organizing these important events is very problematic, okay? Can create problems. And then the first question is, what can be the problem? What can be the problem? And then the next question is, what can we do? The solution. Okay, so what gonna be the problem and solutions? Some of the idea right here. Okay, let me ask Han Huyen, do you have any idea?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, I
Mm,
think organizing a big celebration like this can have some problems regarding organizational skills. If family members just hold an event themselves without having any knowledge or experiences about holding an event, they can struggle and they can be quite unprofessional, making things won't go smoothly.
mm,
And I also think that holding a big event like that will cost much. So if they don't know how to make a budget and to manage finance effectively, they
mm,
might have some financial problems and they
mm,
won't optimize the cost like that.
mm,
So that the problems, two problems, organizational skills and the financial problems. For solution, I think they should before they creating an event, they should consult a professional event organizer so they can get good advice on what they should do, what kind of things, and what are some precautions, some just some tips so that they can everything can go smoothly. Also, they have to make a clear budget to avoid financial issues. So these are my ideas.
mm. All right. Okay, so here, we have to spend some time to think about what actually the problem and what gonna be the result and what gonna be the reason. So, for example, if you say that limited organizational skills is a problem, is the reason that caused some problem. For example, here they ask what are the problems. So actually, the problem means that what can go wrong in the family celebrations. Okay, for example, in your message, you write out that limited organizational skill lead to unprofessional event, and then that's mean everything won't go smoothly. So actually, the problem is that the events is not good events. Okay, that actually the problem. And the limited organizational skill is actually the reason caused that trouble. And if it's better, you can actually say a little bit more specific idea about what would make the event look unprofessional. For example, you can say that maybe is something go wrong, give a reason. For example, sorry, give a problems that what what do you mean by unprofessional events? For example, the event could not cater the needs of all audiences. Okay, because actually in the events that we have the old people, the young people, and the children. So if we have a limited organizational skill, we cannot cater for all the ages. So that is a little more specific. Okay. So that's mean unprofessional, mean the event is boring. The event cannot actually make all people entertain and become a lasting memory for all people. Okay. Example. And that's another thing, it's the same idea, okay? What can go wrong is maybe we got conflict. The problem is that conflict. So that's mean in a big family celebrations that we have a lot of ideas come from different generations. So the problem is actually a lot of conflicts happen. Okay? Example. So we have to make it clear between what is the reason, what is the real problems, and then, okay, then next we will discuss about solution. Okay, let's say, Thư, what do you think?
Um, I think uh I think working with families will like be harder than when we work with strangers because like we have
Mm,
to compromise with them, and
mm,
also sometimes the older people, the older generations in the family not really listens to the younger one.
mm,
They tend to want the those young generations members to listen to them
mm,
more than they will listen to us.
mm. Yeah,
So I think that is the biggest problems when we
mm,
deal with a large family celebrations.
yeah. The bigger the events, and then more people will be there, and of course, a lot of conflicts happen. Okay, and let me see. Okay, Dương Đặng, do you have any idea?
Now I have no idea for
Mm,
this day.
this topic, right? Yeah, this topic actually is a really strange one. Okay, I got someone new here. Alan, are you a new student?
Yes.
All right. So your name is Alan.
No.
Okay.
My
So
name
you have,
is
mm,
yeah, yeah.
okay. You have any idea about the topic?
Mm, I think one of the problem can the problem maybe it's because when you over organizing a large family celebrating such as a wedding, we can have difficult
Mm,
to uh, difficult to manage how many of participate can have. So maybe if if this have a lot numbers like that,
mm,
and you cannot have enough food or beverage
mm,
to have for them, and if uh, they have some problem personality and they cannot take take part in your in your your wedding or some days you yeah, somebody you have react, and maybe this make you have some problem because you have like a few people to take parking in, so like it's very boring, or some you will have some few negative emotion,
mm.
something like that.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yeah, you don't worry, okay, everyone. This is practice. So we are actually trying to speak more, to write more, and then we can get better in our English skill. Okay. It's good to hear from you, Alan. We welcome all the ideas. And okay, Hoàng Dương has sent us some idea. I think that we can start writing right now. And then here we have a very clear structure. The first paragraph is 2 sentences for introduction, right? And then here, actually, this is 2 question topic. So for the problems, you can stay 1 or 2 problems. So basically 2 problem is okay. And if you want to make it clear, you can get a 3 body paragraphs instead of 2. So 2 body paragraphs gonna be for the problem 1 and problem 2. And the last body paragraph will be for the solution for these 2 problems. Okay, or maybe you can just put 2 problem in 1 paragraph. That's also okay. Okay, so let's start with 5 minutes first for the introduction. Okay, when you're done with the introduction, text me your answer in the chat box. Okay, text me your answer, please. Okay, I think all of your introductions look really good. Okay, you state briefly the 2 or 3 issues you want to explore in the body paragraph, and then you state that their solutions come with it. Yeah. But to be honest, that in the opening, okay, in the introductions, you just simply you actually don't have to write out exactly what are the problem and the solutions. You just mention that there are some problems and solutions might come up in the body paragraph. And actually, the details of what the briefly summarize of what are the problem and solution, you can keep it for the conclusions. That's gonna look better. Okay. Okay. And remember, if you state that there are three problems and 3 solution, for example, so remember to explore it fully in your body paragraph. If you state that there are 3 problems and in the body paragraph you don't have enough time to write 3 problems, that would be a problem for you. Okay, so that is the things we should do. Just briefly say that there are some problem and solutions because sometimes in the real test we don't actually have enough time to write 3 problems at once. Okay. Okay. Now let's start with the body paragraphs about the problems. Okay. So I will just write 2 problems only, and I want to explore it in full details and in depth. So I'm gonna write only 2 problems. But if you want 3, it's okay. No problem. Okay. So now is the time for us. We're gonna have 10 minutes to focus on writing only the problems. You can write 2 or 3 paragraphs. It's up to you. But remember the time limit is only 10 minutes. Okay, let's start. Okay, please text me your answer. Okay, Hoàng Dương, you can try it again. We basically separate the problems and the solutions. We don't usually add one problem and then together with the solution and another problem with another solution. So we don't basically do like that. Okay, we will state the problem first, explore it in details, and then in one separate paragraph, we will just discuss about the problem. That is usually what the outline look like, okay? Okay, good to see. Okay, people done with the paragraphs about problem, you can move on to the paragraph about solution, okay? Another 10 minutes. When you're done, will text me the answer. Okay, while I'm checking other student work, you can continue with the last 5 minutes for the conclusions, okay? Okay, if you're done with the conclusion, please text me your answer. Okay, and then yeah, you continue to finish the conclusions, and someone who have done with the conclusions, we will move on to the speaking part 3 today. Yeah. So we're gonna have 4 questions to look at it. All right. If you're done with the conclusions, move on to speaking, and please prepare for your answer for these IELTS speaking part 3 questions. Okay, now let's have a look at some of the vocabulary for you to start to prepare for your answer. Okay, the first one is what is the difference between how people celebrate special events today compared with the past? Okay, so the further comparison, you can say that compare with the past or nowadays, or you can use a noticeable difference is. Okay, and then for the celebration style, you can use maybe in the past is follow the the traditional customs, but now it's really lavish parties happen everywhere. Okay, lavish means very satisfying and luxurious party. Okay, here there's some other adjective for you to use to talk about the style of celebrations. You can use as extravagant spending. That's mean very, very expensive spending for the party and the celebration. Okay, here, talking about the second question is about what you can learn about a special event. There's some meaning for us, like we can learn about global awareness. For example, some special events, some educational activities about environment. Let's bring out the global awareness about the environment around us. Okay, for some example, language exchange is going to be intercultural exchange that help you to learn more about cultural awareness. Also, is improve cross-cultural understanding and broaden your knowledge and perspective on some of the topic. Okay. And then there will be a question to ask you about the future. What will your special event be like in the future? So you have to use the language of speculation to talk about the future. So for example, we can say you can expect that. This is the future predictions. It's a likely that. We can expect that in the long run. Okay. So these gonna be hybrid events uh, which happen online and offline and simultaneously. Okay, so maybe it's gonna be the virtual celebrations, like you remember in the COVID-19. Okay, there's a lot of virtual celebrations. For example, the beginning of the new school year is gonna be virtual celebrations in COVID-19. Okay, so talking about spending money for the last one, do we spend too much money on special event? Yes or no? So you can mention something like, yes, some places like America, events in America they always overspending. Okay. Um, but in some Asian country, the budget for the event very budget friendly. Okay, so the word is very helpful for you to prepare for the answer. Okay. Some of the language we use over here, we're gonna help you to prepare for your answer as well. Okay. Now is the time for you to prepare your own answer. Okay. Here we have. Okay. Look at the first questions. Okay. So we can say that in the past, the celebration was similar, were more family oriented. For family oriented means that people usually gather at home, they cook traditional dishes and spend quality time together. But nowadays events have become much more commercialized and extravagant. For that, people celebrate in restaurant, they maybe travel abroad or organize a large party. And this shift or this change is due to the higher living standards and influence of social media, okay, where people have to showcase their celebration. Okay, so now it's going to be 1 minute for you to prepare your own answer. Okay, I guess you're done. So let's see. Okay, Minh Thư, are you ready to answer?
I don't think so, Miss.
All right. You need more time, right?
Yeah, I think I need more time.
Okay. How about Dương Đặng? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna have 30 second or more than 30 second. I think 1 minute is okay. 1 or 2 minutes is okay. Okay, just give 2 minutes. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go.
In the past, people tend to celebrate in a simple way, mostly with close family and traditional customs. Nowadays, they are more likely to have big parties in restaurants or hotels with music, music and dec- decorations. Over the years, celebrations have shifted from being family oriented to being more commercial and modern. Cô ấy trả lời một câu thôi đúng không ạ?
Yeah, just one.
Ừ.
Okay. You're done, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good to hear that. Alan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, give it a try. No problem, okay?
Okay.
Mm. Okay, you can start. What is the difference between how people celebrate special event today compared with the past?
I think in the past people usually make special occasion in a simple way, like they often uh, create some days with close family members or neighbors. Or for example, they would cook traditional food at home or spend time talking together. But now many people choose go to a restaurant or hotel or something like that to so that they can take photo or post online something to show their happiness to others. Yeah, and I think uh, in the past events were more private and meaningful, but now they are often bigger and more public. So maybe this is less value in and make people feel uh, have some negative emotion in their life, don't have real connection with between members of their family.
Okay. So that is the first questions we have. Now we will move on to the second one. Okay. So the second one is, should we learn about the special event of other country in the school? Okay, so of course, school is the best place for us to learn new things. So maybe absolutely yes. So if we learn about international events or festival, it can promote cross-cultural understanding and tolerance among young people. For example, if students study traditions like Thanksgiving in the US or Diwali in India, they become more open-minded and respectful of diversity. Okay? So this knowledge will help them in future when they travel or work abroad, as they can adapt more easily to different in cultural environment. And is it your turn? Okay, you have 1 minute to prepare for your own answer. Okay. Let me see. How about this question? Thư, are you ready to answer?
Think yes.
All right. Give it a try, okay? Should we learn about the special event of other country in school?
Um, I believe is quite great idea to learn about other countries' special events because I think it will help us like understand different cultures and traditions, which is really important because we are in a world that is globalized and learning about festivals or national holidays can make students become more interesting or more open-minded. So yeah, that is my answer.
Mm, all right. Thank you. How about Alan? Can you give it a try?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you need more time to prepare. Okay, no worry. Các bạn yên tâm không sao ha. Những câu hỏi này là những câu hỏi của phần 3 cho nên nó khó là đúng rồi. Như vậy thì cô sẽ up cái file bài này lên trên cái e-learning của mình thì các bạn có thể download cái file về rồi mình có thời gian rảnh rỗi ở nhà thư thả thời gian hơn mình sẽ chuẩn bị và mình tự ghi âm lại câu trả lời của mình ha và các bạn nhớ là mình phải luyện tập writing với speaking là mình phải luyện tập thì mình mới tiến bộ được nha. Ok. Và cũng có cái file homework có sẵn cái gợi ý cho các bạn để các bạn có thể luyện thêm cái đề ở nhà trong cùng cái chủ đề mình đã học trong tuần này trong buổi hôm nay. Okay, so that's all for today. See you again on Saturday.